The first time anyone noticed her, it was because she was standing alone at the edge of the hospital parking lot, clutching a torn shawl around her shoulders as rain slid down the concrete like quiet tears. She looked invisible and exposed at the same time, the kind of presence people glance at and then look away from, afraid of what they might see if they stare too long. Her eyes held exhaustion deeper than sleepless nights, the kind born from years of loss, and yet there was something else there too, a fragile determination that refused to die. In that moment, before you know her name or her past, you can already feel it. This is a story about love that hides itself in unexpected forms. If you believe in kindness, in second chances, and in the quiet power of helping hands that change lives, take a moment right now to like this video, comment, share it with someone who needs hope, and subscribe to the channel. Your support helps stories like this reach hearts that are still searching for light. Her name was Amina, and life had taught her early that help rarely came without a cost. Raised in a crowded neighborhood where survival was a daily negotiation, she learned to rely on no one but herself. When her husband died suddenly from an untreated illness, the world did not pause to grieve with her. Bills arrived on time, hunger did not wait, and grief was a luxury she could not afford. With a young son and no steady income, she took whatever work she could find, cleaning floors, washing dishes, carrying loads that bent her back and numbed her hands. Every act of endurance stripped something from her, but she kept going, believing that strength meant never asking for help. Over time, the city grew colder toward her. People saw only a tired woman in worn clothes, someone easy to dismiss. When she struggled to pay rent, she was judged. When she stood in line for aid, she was ignored. Help, when it came, often arrived wrapped in pity or control, leaving her feeling smaller than before. Slowly, Amina built walls around her heart, convincing herself that accepting help was another way of being hurt. Love, she decided, was something life gave to others, not to her. The turning point came on a day when exhaustion finally betrayed her. After hours of work under the sun, her vision blurred and her legs failed her near the hospital gates. People passed by, stepping around her as if she were part of the pavement. She tried to rise, embarrassed by her weakness, but her body refused. That was when a man approached, not with urgency or spectacle, but with quiet steadiness. He did not ask questions that felt like accusations, nor did he offer sympathy that stung. He simply helped her sit, handed her water, and waited until her breathing slowed. There was no demand in his eyes, no expectation of gratitude, just presence. From that day on, he appeared again and again in small, almost forgettable ways. A grocery bag left at her door without explanation. A note from the clinic ensuring her son's medicine was covered. A job opportunity passed along through someone else, as if by coincidence. Amina noticed the pattern, but refused to name it. She told herself it was luck, or chance, or charity from strangers who would soon forget her. Admitting that someone cared felt too dangerous. Love had a history of leaving. As weeks passed, her life began to shift almost imperceptibly. Her son smiled more, meals became regular, nights grew quieter. And yet, with every improvement came fear. She waited for the moment the help would stop or worse, turn into a debt she could never repay. Her heart stayed guarded, even as her circumstances softened. She did not know that love sometimes chooses disguise because it understands fear. The truth revealed itself slowly, not through grand gestures, but through consistency. The man who first helped her never asked for recognition. He listened more than he spoke. When Amina finally broke down, overwhelmed by gratitude and suspicion all at once, she realized something unsettling. Everything he had done was rooted not in obligation, but in genuine care. He saw her not as a problem to fix, but as a person worth standing beside. His help was never about saving her. It was about reminding her that she was not alone. That realization cracked something open inside her. For the first time in years, Amina allowed herself to rest, not just physically but emotionally. She accepted that strength could coexist with vulnerability, that receiving help did not make her weak, that love did not always announce itself with dramatic words or promises. Sometimes it arrived quietly, disguised as simple help, patient enough to wait until the heart was ready. Her transformation did not turn her life into a fairy tale. Struggles remained, work was still hard, the future was still uncertain, but something fundamental had changed. Where there was once only fear, there was now trust. Where there was only survival, there was now purpose. Amina began helping others in small ways, sharing food, offering comfort, guiding someone through the same systems that once overwhelmed her. Love, she learned, multiplies when passed on. Near the end of this journey, when she stood once again near the hospital, this time steady on her feet, she understood the full meaning of what had happened. The help she received was never meant to make her dependent. It was meant to remind her of her own worth, to give her space to heal, and to show her that compassion can exist without conditions. Love had not rescued her. It had walked beside her until she could walk on her own. If this story has touched your heart, if it reminded you of a time someone helped you when you least expected it, please take a moment now to like this video, share it, and let us know in the comments. Your engagement helps keep these stories alive and reaching others who may need them. And before this story ends, we have one special request. Comment below with a single word that describes what love means to you today. Your words might be the encouragement someone else needs to read. Amina's story is not unique because of miracles or wealth, but because it reflects a truth many forget, that love does not always look like love at first glance. Sometimes it looks like help without applause, patience without pressure, and kindness without conditions, and when we learn to recognize it, we discover that the world, even in its harshness, still holds room for gentle transformations.